and you can't keep me cooped up in here, okay? I am a peacock. You gotta let me fly.
Aka! Yes, the peacock needs to fly. Again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best of New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. Aka! I don't think that's a peacock. I'm not really sure. I lived in Miami for years, and I've seen plenty of peacocks. I'm not actually sure what a peacock makes. What sound a peacock makes? Maybe he just sits there and goes, "Hey, what? You know what, guys? I'm a peacock." Got a lot to talk about today. Got to talk about Logan Ryan, who was already signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Not even 24 hours later, rejoining Tom Brady. It was an interesting move by the Giants. There was a lot of misconceptions and a lot of misinformation about what the Giants saved and what they didn't save. Basically, they are moving on from Logan Ryan. It looks like they are not using their post June 1st cut on him. You could cut two players post June 1st now. You can do that twice. Before the June 1st deadline. And they're not using that on Logan Ryan, it looks like. Looks like they're only going to save $775,000 this season in the salary cap. But they're going to be saving more money over in 2023, if that's what the reports are holding up to be. There is no $6 million in reference to cap savings. So it looks like it is only $775,000 this year, but an additional $3 million in cap space next year. Looks like Deshane is rolling the money in. Rolling, though the streams are swollen. Looks like he's rolling that money into 2023. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, we're not going to be good this year, and I think we're proving it more and more that we're kind of going down to the dregs because we are prepared. You got to give Shane credit, and I've given Shane credit a lot recently. He's moving on from the talent that's not his. He's going to win or lose with his guys, and he is helping erase the mistakes of the franchise. And sometimes even when you erase mistakes, you still have to pay the price. And that's what the Giants are going to do when they pay the price in 2022. And all the people that told me again, I'm going to rant for a second. All the people that told me again, I didn't know what I was talking about when I said 2022 is going to be a train wreck back in August of last year. Well, the chickens have come home to roost. Apologies can be left in the comments below. Tell me I don't understand football. I don't understand how salary cap works. Tell me don't worry about it. Well, you know what? Maybe you guys should have worried about it a little bit more because 2022 is going to be a train wreck and we're going to be pushing forward to 2023. We're probably going to be doing developmental talent tier in 2022. And Shane has come out with a brilliant PR move. And I said it before in the video yesterday, basically saying the guys that we are signing are guys that just need chances. They just need opportunities. They just need the chance to play to show that they can shine. Some of these guys have been in the league 5 years, 6 years. I give Shane all the credit in the world. Great PR move. The Giants are probably about $2 million under the cap, and we really don't have an exact figure yet in reference to everything that's going on. The rule of 51 is now in effect, so right now only the top 51 contracts account against your cap space at the moment, so they can sign additional players and worry about the cap later if they want to. But Shane looks like I said, he's building the roster for 2023. I wish Logan Ryan luck. Like I said, 117 tackles he had last year. I mean, it's a guy that we all know he lost a step. He was a good guy. I don't know if he was a good guy. If he was such a good locker room guy, they probably would have kept him. But because you really saved nothing. All you really did was create a hole again in the Giants secondary. So now we have another hole in the Giants secondary. We talked about it yesterday. Could Kyle Hamilton be in play here? Could the Giants be looking at 5-7? I'm still saying no. Because positional value dictates that you don't take a safety in the top 10. Only one has gone in the top 10 in the last 11 years. So it's something you got to think about. And there's probably some more moves coming on. We're probably going to move on and away from James Bradbury, save that chunk of change as well. But what are we going to do about the safety position? Because right now, you only have two safeties on the roster. You only have Xavier McKinney and you only have Julian Love right now on the roster. That's not a good way to start. That's not a good way to play. Are we going to go into the anacles of the wink and go back into his Ravens days? Because Elliott's safety Elliott's available. Elliott's 6'1", 210 pounds. He was picked in the later rounds, I think back in 2018. He had some, he offered some versatility for Baltimore. He basically played all over the field. He was all over the field. He played different positions. He tore his bicep. Was it his bicep or was his pec? I believe he tore his biceps against the Vikings last year. And I think that's going to drive his value down. He could be very inexpensive, and he could be an interesting way to replace Logan Ryan. But he is only 24 years old. So that could be a guy that we could bring in. A guy that I want to talk about still is Mr. Peppers. I like Peppers a lot. I like Peppers on my eggs. But I like Peppers a lot. And he's still on the market. Could the Giants be interested in extending the deal to Peppers? Maybe a 1 year? Bring old number 21 back? I think he would be, I think he would fit well into very much well. I think very much well. I can't even talk to. I think he would fit well into the system of the Wink. He's coming off that torn ACL. So he's probably not garnering much attention on the market for what it looks like right now. Watch me post this video and find out that he just signed for like 6 years, $80 billion. He played just 6 games last year, but he's only 26 years old. He can swap between strong safety and free safety. He is a guy that, like I said, don't let him return punts. Just saying, he's a New Jersey native. I've always liked Peppers. I don't think he got the due he deserved that first year under Patrick Graham. Because I think a lot of Patrick Graham's success, especially that first season, was someone like Peppers. Now, would he be willing to accept a deal? I'm not offering him a minimum deal. I would offer him a 1 year deal. I'm not offering him a minimum contract. If I were those Giants, I would offer him a 1 year deal with incentives and hope that, he can. And like I said, I really do think that he could fit into the system. I think he would fit well into the Wink system because when he played under Patrick Graham, he was more of an in-the-box safety. I think that first season he played something like 67% of his snaps in the box, which is going to then allow Xavier McKinney to do what he does best, to roam and be a ball hawk. And I really think, like I said, if you put him in that Wink meeting room, that Wink room, the defensive room, and you let him out on the field, he's just going to...
What's your assignment? Kill the quarterback. Hit the tight end so hard his girlfriend dies. Kill everybody.
I think he's really going to fit. I think he's going to pull an Alvin Mack. He can work extremely well in the blitz-heavy system of Wink. And he's still athletic enough to cover. So why wouldn't that be a fit for the Giants? Now, the question is going to be, is he going to want to come back to New York? I think he would. Sometimes a familiar place when you're coming off an injury is the best place to be. But I think it would work. I still wish the Giants would address some of their linebacker positions. I was thinking they could reach into the Ravens. I mean, like the Shane and the Dable seem to be interested in reaching into Buffalo. Why can't we reach into Baltimore? Why can't we pick up someone like Chris Board? Dude's only 26. He's a rotation. To me, he would be a rotational guy. I think he'd be a solid option. I think he'd be a cheap option. He did play he played over 300 snaps last year, but I think he would be an interesting fit into the system as well. And what's the other guy? Was it LJ Fort? He's a little older. I think he's in his 30s. I think he's about 32. He played 2 seasons in the Wink system. Again, I think he's another quality guy that can fit into the rotation. But again, he's got to be healthy because he tore his ACL in training camp late last year. So it'd be another guy that could fit into the system that Wink wants to run because he's familiar with the Wink system itself. There are so many different options for the Giants right now to just build a stopgap roster so they can start moving forward and building into 2023. And I think we just need to give the Shane some time and allow him to do what he seems to be doing, making the right moves. If he got rid of Leonard Williams, he'd be the greatest general manager in the history of the world. Because everyone knows I love Leonard.
King of the almost sack.
For those that don't know, we've relaunched the Online Big Blue website. We had to because we needed a privacy policy for the app. So we've relaunched the website where you can now go find everything from Online Blue in reference to all of our YouTube videos, all of our stuff on Twitter, all of our podcasts. You can also find fun information, download ringtones. Well, they're not really ringtones, but you can download the WAV files for our sound and some of our sound effects. We have Malik Willis bringing the boom and King of the Almost Sack on the site today. We'll do different ones each month. It's actually easy to make it into a ringtone, especially if you have an iPhone. Just download the file, rename it, and the 4 at the end of the when you rename the file, the 4 there's just take the 4 out and put it in an R, and then save it, and then actually connect your phone to your computer. I don't know how to do an iPhone, but just connect your phone to your computer and then just take that file and drag and drop it into iTunes under ringtones, and it automatically goes into the ringtones of your phone. Not that difficult to do, but I just thought dawned on me a lot of people probably might not know how to do that. But again, like I said, join us, see that. We'll also have the app hopefully launching. We're still waiting for the approval. Malik Willis's Pro Day is coming up. So we'll have information on that. We may do a stream on Friday, which is today. I haven't made a decision on that yet. And again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best of New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. And as always, if you subscribe, if you ring that bell, you know what it means. That'd be awesome.